On Thursday, 4th June 2026, the 12th Parliament of Uganda convened at Kolo Independence Grounds for its first sitting, during which President Yoweri Museveni delivered the State of the Nation address. The session saw a strong turnout from ruling party legislators, while a significant number of opposition members of Parliament were notably absent. Speaking to BBC TV, Opposition Chief Whip Paul Mwiru explained the reasons behind the boycott.
The summing up of the Ebola situation in the country, COVID, which is also, we're not sure how the situation is unfolding. So we told the members, depending on the state, what the precaution the member is taking, to see how to deal with the situation.
Mwiru also raised concerns over the continued detention of individuals he described as political prisoners, adding that many families still lack information about their whereabouts.
You know, the human rights violation, and then the 2026 general election. You know, the Electoral Commission has not gazetted the results for the presidential election per polling station. So that is also one of the other issues. The other one is the violation of human rights, the prisoners of conscience.
Other opposition MPs echoed similar sentiments, arguing that the president's address did not adequately reflect the issues Ugandans expected to hear about.
We always wait to hear those critical issues which are touching to that local Ugandan who was affected by trade order, the NEMA behavior and other related matters. We feel like it is the critical moment to hear such.
We see that the State of the Nation address by government lacks credibility. It does not touch on the salient issues of the country. The actual essence of the State of the Nation address is to give a twin pair performance of the respective years, consecutive years.
They further maintained that the Constitution requires the President to account for both achievements and challenges of the previous financial year, which they believe was not sufficiently addressed.
The salient issues at hand in the country is the escalating fuel prices. We did not see the President giving any explanation over the same. We would expect him to give us a comparison on the range, the price range for fuel.
It does not mean that if I didn't attend, I wasn't following. I expected the President to show us how in the last 5-10 years, the government is shifting from this ordinary education they are giving Ugandans to tailor it to the mineral resources we have explored or we are going to explore or we have discovered in this country. The education system should change and should have started changing about 10-20 years ago.
Political analyst Dr. Paul Chalimpa offered a contrasting view, describing Parliament as a platform where all sides must actively participate to ensure effective representation and service delivery to citizens.
Because the opposition can talk, but does not have the effective power to check. Because if government did not have the majority, then it would have much impact. Now, if you look at mainly the entire opposition this term, their numbers reduced. So it means they have less bargaining power. Opposition needs to participate in the public events or activities, especially those where government is committing in terms of what it is going to do, in terms of plans, in terms of committing resources.
Looking ahead, opposition MPs indicated they are still weighing their position on whether to boycott the upcoming reading of the national budget for the 2026-2027 financial year.
I think it is still early to predict. We have leadership here, they will guide us on the same, and we see how to proceed.
The opposition has on several occasions stayed away from high-profile parliamentary events, although questions remain among sections of the public about whether such boycotts translate into meaningful political outcomes. Rebecca Natongo, Dan Lugemwa for UBC News.